Welcome back, everybody, to another episode with Anything Goes with Anna Rose. Guys, this is by far not only my most special, she's laughing, I can hear, my most special interview I have by far and away ever done. And I feel like if every person had a podcast, it would be the same. Like to have interviewed your mum or dad or parent is honestly the most privileged position you can be in, but it's also the one that I have waited the longest for. Like I have said to my mum literally since 2020 when I launched this bad boy, I would love to interview you, and it's just never happened. And I suppose there's been elements of like I've not been ready or mum's not been ready, or and also when I moved, I was already living in the Gold Coast when I started it, and Mum was in Perth, and every time she's come over for a trip, she's come for a special event. So it's been hectic. So she's on the mic today. Welcome, Mum.
Thank you, sweetie.
We call her J-Mac. Welcome, J-Mac. How are you feeling?
A little bit nervous because I've never done this in my entire life, but I'm just going to pretend I'm having a conversation with you. And there's nobody else watching.
There's no one watching. There's no one listening.
Yeah.
Now, Ryan asked me a really beautiful question, as you know, before. We were in the car in the gym, coming home from the gym.
Yeah.
And Ryan said to me, "What's your objective, baby? Like, what is it that you want to get out of interviewing your mum?" And I said, "Nothing. Like, there's no objective. It's not, I'm not looking for something," but I said, and you know this, I've shared your own stories 1,000 times in 1,000 different ways on the podcast, in all of my coaching containers and on so many calls. And I was like, let's just get the woman of the hour and she can tell the stories herself. So I genuinely, you know this, I've said I don't know the questions I'm going to ask you because it's not an interview, it's a conversation.
Yeah.
I also don't know where it's going to go, but I have got some certain things that you know that I had said to Mum, I'd love to talk about, this, if we get to it.
Yeah.
Because you have lived a really full, beautiful, wild, sad, happy, crazy life.
Yeah.
And I just want women especially to hear some of your takes on that and your life experience on that.
Yeah.
And so, let's start at the start.
Yeah.
How was it having 5 kids, Mum?
Oh, how was it having 5 kids? Well, what happened was I had one, then I wanted another one, then I wanted another one.
Is that true?
It is true.
I want more.
Yeah. I didn't really have a plan. And
you wanted a girl, come on.
Well, what happened, I had the 3 boys and I said, that's it. That's absolutely it. And then you were a beautiful surprise. I did
not know this.
Yeah, you were not planned. So
I love this.
Yeah, so
Beth was for sure a surprise. Was she or was she not?
A little bit because I'd remarried.
Yes.
Obviously, I divorced Andrew and remarried.
My dad.
And then we were going to try for another baby, but then I had her a bit sooner. I fell pregnant a bit sooner than I thought I was going to. So she wasn't really a surprise.
So I was the only surprise.
But what a beautiful surprise.
What a fucking epic surprise. Surely that's the greatest surprise of your life.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
Okay, so 5 kids.
Wanted a lot of kids.
You were young.
Yeah.
I think you were young. I mean, in saying that was very normal for that time. You started having kids at what age?
So I was 24 when I had Nate, and then 26 when I had Zach, and 28 when I had Tim, and then you were born 30.
Yeah.
Because everyone, sorry.
No, 31 I think.
Yeah, 31. So 3 years between Nate and Zach, and then 2 between you and Tim and Zach and Tim. And then 3 years between you and Beth. So I was about 34 when I had Beth.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And I said to you today, like I was like, I remember working this out when I was younger and trying to figure out when you'd had me and then like it was almost like, who cares what age she started? Like, when did you have me? And I worked out young, it was 31.
Yeah.
So in my head, I've always said this. Since I knew where babies came from and understood that concept, I have always known I was going to be an older mum. Not that you are.
Yeah.
But I just remember thinking, oh, cool. Okay, my mum had me in her 30s.
Yeah,
She's 31.
I think it was, in those days, it was like quite old to have your babies in your 30s.
Yeah.
Because people were more having them when they were in their 20s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, you also were my dad. Okay, so what I want to go into now as well, and I said this, so mums, you haven't been prefaced, but
No.
I had said to mum,
Little bit.
I want, okay, let me read you out all the things I said I want to talk to you about, right? You know, so you opened an account for the house deposit we're going to get to.
Yep.
I put Israel story, pirate story, being a stepmom at 23,
Yeah.
divorce, DV, seeing me in DV, and how we feel about my haters. So let's see where we go.
Yeah.
But ultimately, you were already, were you? You were a stepmom before you were a mum.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. And you became a stepmom technically at 21.
Yeah, 23. 23.
Well, this is what I'm trying to get at, and this is what I'm trying to figure out, because you met Dad when you were 21.
Yeah. Actually, that's true. So, but I didn't live with him.
Okay.
We lived separately.
Good Christian girl.
Yeah, yeah. And
That's a lie.
so I did get to know his kids before we got married.
Yeah.
And he had Aaron, Austin and Charlotte,
Yeah.
you know, with him.
What did you think about Dad though? Like, guys, I've never asked these questions, so this is really fun. When you met Dad, obviously, and I always honour, and I've said this 1,000 times on the even the podcast. Like, my dad was a horrible husband. We can separate the two.
Yeah.
I always have, but I also want to say, you never once said that to me. I only learned Dad was a terrible husband from Dad when I started to build my relationship with him at 18.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, like you were an asshole, but Mum never said a thing. And I've learned so much from your actions, never what you've told me, that you were so respectful as a mother, honouring his role as a father,
Yeah.
that even though he was a shit husband, you never put him down.
No.
You never did, Mum. I can unequivocally say that. Like, I remember even, I think, asking you, and you were like, no. And you always let us form our own opinion.
Yeah.
And the boys would have a very different experience to me with Dad, because obviously they got access, or he got access to the boys young.
Yep.
And I was blocked from that
Yep.
because of my fucking asshole stepfather.
But also a psychologist had told us that it was better for you to have one father. So I went
Fuck
with
that
her.
psychologist.
I know.
Guys, I don't know this.
I'll regret this to the day I die.
No, but don't.
We went to a psychologist and she said, or whatever she was, must have been a counsellor.
Was she from the church?
No. And she just said, better for her to have one father. And because I was in two minds, I was like, I really should let you go. And but Bob was really firm on keeping you as well. And, keeping you like
to his own, like as himself. Yeah, I know.
Yeah. And then, so that's the story behind that, which I regret now. But
you don't need to regret. I'm blessed. I always say everything that's happened in my life is exactly what's meant to have happened. And I do think I'm really lucky in that respect. It's, because if you don't laugh, you'll cry.
Yeah.
But I do know that obviously the boys have a different relationship, completely different relationship with Dad. And they would sit here and go, and he was a shit father too. But I never got that experience because I was kept from him. I was held from him.
Yeah.
So when I eventually established my relationship with him at 18.
You were older,
I was 18. I was a young adult.
Yes.
And so I got to literally meet my dad and get to know Dad at 18.
Yeah.
And he was a legend to me at that stage. Like he was this wild
so he should be.
psycho. No. What did you say before? Driven.
Yeah, not psycho-driven.
Driven.
Yeah.
He was just crazy. And I could listen to his stories. And Dad was actually the one for me with you that I remember sitting with Dad, getting to know him at 18 and asking him a million questions.
Yeah.
And I just remember sitting there looking at him and being like, you were just like, I pitied him almost.
Troubled.
Yeah, like I was like, you're just a man
Yeah.
that
very
failed
tough.
forward and fucked up.
Yeah.
And
With a bad childhood, which he never really resolved, I think.
no,
yeah.
because it's the era.
Yeah.
But
that's
I remember
right.
looking at him and giving him so much grace. And then I remember thinking, oh my gosh. And it was that was the unlock. Because we had a period where we didn't get along.
Yeah.
When I was like 17,
Yeah.
18,
I
19.
think you left home.
Stubborn little bitch. And then, but I remember thinking, oh my gosh, like that's mum as well.
Yeah.
Like mum was just
true.
doing her best.
True. Two, what do you say, two people who were hurting people, I guess.
Yeah. Like you were
So
just a
I
woman
didn't
before
try
you were
to.
a mum.
Yeah, yeah.
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 So that's just some context for everyone as we're talking because like there's
Yeah.
so many, there's a million trillion stories in this. But
Yeah.
with Dad, when you met him at 21, and obviously you were a very wounded young woman because you met a man that had, I don't know if he'd just escaped the cult.
A few years before, but what happened, he pursued me. I was an occupational therapy assistant at PMH.
Princess Margaret Hospital.
A more informal word for it is play lady. So we used to be the play ladies. And he just pursued me. And I just kind of like fell under the spell, if you like.
Yeah.
And I know this sounds terrible, but I was also thinking, oh my God, I'm 23, because that was a bit later on. 23, that's so old. You know, I sort of thought, oh my
gosh.
I should be with somebody.
Oh my gosh.
And
Were
I
your
know,
sisters?
crazy. Yeah, Barbara had got married very young. She married at 21,
Okay.
or even younger, I think. I think it was 21. But my other sisters were younger, so they got married later on.
My aunties.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
Where I'm going with that question is obviously you meet Dad, so that gives me context. I'm like, oh yeah, that checks. He has just escaped a cult. He had 6 kids. Did you know about all the other kids at
I
this?
think he told me.
Okay.
Yeah. So he told me about the 3 other ones.
And then the 3 other ones.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure he did.
And you were like, this is my dream man. I'm just trying to get in the psyche of you. Like,
I was just so, like, extremely gullible, extremely naive. Like, I was just this protected kid who nobody's fault, you know, like just so naive, so incredibly didn't know the big baddies in the world. Just like I just thought everybody was, you know, just out to help everyone else and didn't understand about nastiness and all that. So
that, in a sense, that is beautiful, in a sense.
terrible though.
But do you really think that it's...
That's all I can put it down to, that I
I just think that's so sweet that you were 21.
I was very protected, I think, from the evils of the world.
Because you grew up on a farm.
Very isolated, I guess, yeah. And in a little tiny little primary school with only 20 kids in it, and then went to a Catholic school for year 6 and 7 and hated it so much. That's when I really started to hate school, actually. It's hilarious.
The nuns were assholes.
They sure were. And then went to a high school which was also Catholic and hated that. But then, so just fast forward to when I turned 48 and decided to become a teacher, and Mum was so shocked. She was like, but you hated school. I said, yeah, but I want to be a teacher to those kids that hate school. Like I want to be that nice teacher. And, yeah, I think I've achieved that.
You've absolutely achieved that.
Yeah.
Tell everyone what you actually do.
So I am a teacher, but I was primary trained and then just did primary teaching in schools.
With special needs?
Yeah, with special needs.
Yeah.
But then I'd sort of jumped out of that as well and did primary, like mainstream,
Yeah.
which I loved.
Was that up? Would you consider that the Broom stint?
Broom was both.
Because I was going to say Broom
special
was still special needs to me.
And mainstream kids.
Yeah.
They would give me some of the mainstream kids who couldn't cope in the classroom.
Right, the troubled kids, basically, yeah.
And then I also did stints in mainstream at Perth schools, and then just did some summer school at the detention centre where I'm at. And I thought, oh, my God, I love this so much. But I'd already had work organised in mainstream schools. So what happened, that work in mainstream was happening, but then the people in the detention, the admin, the deputy and the principal decided that they would like me to work there. So I came back and did some more work, and then they said, oh, someone's just leaving, would you like to stay? And I thought all my dreams had come true.
So my mum works in a prison for young people.
Detention centre.
A detention centre for youth, and has the greatest stories on earth, which we obviously can't share, but some of the stories are just divine. And she teaches all the kids that, in what is prison, but it's a detention centre because they're young.
We're trying to change their lives. Yeah.
Trying to change their lives. That's my mum.
Yeah.
So you've worked with, she's a teacher who teaches special needs and now has gone across into a detention centre to work with troubled youth.
A lot of the boys.
And you teach in there.
Yeah. It's a proper classroom.
Yeah.
The principal has done an amazing job of getting the standard up to a very, very high standard. We have huge success stories of boys. They'll start off here with literacy and numeracy, and we do graphing and we show their graphing of their improvement, and they just go like that. So
I love the story. Can I say I mean, it's a general story, you tell me, but I remember, and this speaks to your integrity and character and just how I was raised, but I remember you telling me the story of that little boy that had come in, and I think you tell the story, but it was basically when you told him he could be Prime Minister.
Oh, yeah.
Can you tell that story?
Do you mean the one that cried, the one that was crying?
I'm not sure, and I remember you said, you can be anything, you can be a Prime Minister.
Yeah, when I very first started, I remember, and he was obviously just one of those kids that had hated school, like didn't do well in school, and I said exactly that. I think his name was Michael, and that's okay to use first names.
Okay, I was like, oh, come on.
Yeah.
Okay.
But, and I just said, you can be whatever you want. You could be Prime Minister one day, and I'll never forget the look on his face.
Yeah.
He was just like, this teacher believes in me, and I believe I can be. It was
I remember you telling me the story, and you said he's like looked at you because they call you Nan.
They do now, yeah.
Yeah, they call you Nan, and it was like, I can be Prime Minister, and you were like, yeah, you can be anything you want to be, and it was like, oh, and I cried because I was like, of course you're in detention centres telling these kids that.
Yeah.
And I asked Mum the other day, so we were walking and I said to you, you were telling me about the new kids you were getting this year, and I said, oh, what has he done? And what you said,
I just say to them, I'm not your judge, I'm your teacher, and I don't want to know what you've done.
Yeah,
and I don't want to
beautiful?
know. And we're actually not supposed to find out anyway. So
everybody would.
Yeah, a few.
Yeah.
So I do not want to know what they've done because I just love to teach them and be their teacher, and
But see, I learn so much from you all of the time because we were walking to tell up the creek, and I asked you, I said, oh, what has he done? And you said, oh no, sweetie, I refuse. I refuse to find out. I don't like to know. And I said, I knew what you were going to say, but I said, why is that, Mum? And you said, because they're just the kids. Like, I'm not their judge. I'm their teacher. I just want to teach them.
Yeah.
And I just was like, of course, that's who you are. Like, what a lesson for me in judgment. Okay, I want to dive into divorce. You were young. Same. No, so you're with Dad.
Yep.
What age did you divorce?
Oh, you were a baby.
The story I got told from Dad was he walked out, checked himself into a mental institution.
Absolutely right.
Literally like the week I was about to be born.
Yeah.
So there was a big argument. He said his fault. He said he stormed out. He was, not okay.
Wow, good on him.
And he
for owning that.
walked himself like in the rain and again, he was like, it was all my fault. And it was like the fight was my fault. The rupture was my fault, etc. Walked himself to a mental institution. And then days later you gave birth.
Yeah, okay. I don't remember the time frame of when you were born in that, but I was a single mum when you were born, so he must have left then.
Yeah.
But, he I was extremely vulnerable by then because, he hadn't been that nice. So I was extremely, like, on edge, and he he decided to go live with another couple who befriended him in the church.
In the church?
Yeah, yep. So, which was really good of them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, it was fine.
I just have so much.
Because we probably weren't good to get back together.
Yeah,
by
no.
then. And that was it. That was the separation. So he never really came back.
Who instigated the divorce?
Me.
Yeah. Did he want a divorce? Did he give you grief?
Well, it had been years.
Oh, wow.
It was about 3 years after, and I just wasn't going to get divorced because I didn't think, I thought I'm never marrying again. That's it. So no need to get divorced. I'll just, stay married, but he can stay over there and I'll stay here.
Right. You were naive.
And yes. And one day I just went, I think I might get a divorce. I hadn't met anybody. No one was on the radar. I just decided. So So
and then that wasn't icky or like that divorce wasn't. That was just an amicable.
No,
you both agreed to walk away.
Yeah.
Okay, and then you met the evil stepfather. I call him Bob.
Yeah.
Beth's dad.
Do you know? Ironically, the reason why I married him, one of the reasons, is because he was so beautiful with you kids. Like he just bonded with you. He played with you guys for hours, and all those fun games. I can't even remember what they were now, but he'd play for hours and hours and hours. And I thought, wow, these kids need someone like that. And so when he said, let's get married, I said, yeah, for
absolutely.
Sure.
Were you dating?
In a weird way. Like he would just come to the house and be there. Yeah. Well, I never got a marriage proposal as such, not from Andrew or from Bob.
Really?
No.
Right, you're next, the king. The standards I will have for this man. And there will be a man on a knee for you.
Number 3.
Of course there will be.
But Bob was just sitting on the couch one night. You kids had gone to bed and he was just like, well, we'll get married then. And I was just thinking, gosh, that's not much of a proposal.
How old would you have been then? I know I was 3, I think, when you guys got married again.
Yeah, I think so then. I would have been about 36, I'd say.
Oh.
I'd say.
No, because you had Beth at 30.
Oh, that's right. So it must have been, that's right. So you were just a toddler, I think.
I was 3, I think.
No, you were younger than that.
Oh, was I?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because you were still in a cot.
Okay.
So, you're about 1, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So remarried.
32.
And look, I have great, I don't have many because it would have been when I was very young, but I do definitely, from the family photos and stuff, that he was, there's absolutely great memories.
Yeah.
That he was, I
so
call him an
good
evil
with your
stepfather
kids.
because of
Later on.
Yeah. But, I'm sure in the beginning, absolutely,
It was
there's
fantastic.
beautiful memories.
Yeah.
A, might have blocked them, and B, I was young. I would have been young. I do remember we used to play dress ups with all the clean clothes.
Yeah.
They're the memories I have.
Yes.
And he would always play.
He would go along with that.
Yeah, he would be silly
good.
and playful. And,
Yeah.
No, there was a lot of good.
Yeah.
And then, I've sought permission from it. I was like, obviously I want to talk about this because this is that this is not, it's not even I wanted to be I'm not an advocate. I don't look at like I'm an advocate for DV.
Yeah.
But obviously I have been very public about my story.
Yeah, yeah.
And it was my generational curse to heal. But yeah, you also experienced DV.
Yeah.
And I think with my dad as well, you don't really talk about it, but he was DV.
Did.
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah.
Very much so, but he was extremely verbally abusive.
Right.
Yeah, extremely.
Which is still completely
But
domestic
every
violence.
now and again would also use his body to hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, Beth told me a few years ago that Bob admitted to her that he was wrong and that he'd hit me and he was sorry. So I was really thrilled with that. Like I thought, wow, that's huge.
See that you're just the sweetest human on earth, because I'm like,
Well, like you, I say get better, not bitter.
yeah.
And you do that.
But I mean, for me, like I'm like, thank you for your recognition, but like fuck your recognition in that.
No, I think that's beautiful to actually own that.
Amazing.
I think it's incredible to own it, and
I suppose actually
it helps with the forgiveness, because then I'm like, oh, wow, I can easily forgive you now because you have owned it. So you admit it, and because there's always a part of you that goes, look, obviously it was my fault as well, because it takes two, always takes two. So
See, I feel like when you say that though, and I agree with you, I absolutely agree with you. And I know when I was in my DV, because I said I wanted to talk to you about sort of the what did you see signs with me and a few other things.
yeah, definitely.
But I genuinely feel like in my DV, there was absolutely no two sides. I was this.
Yeah.
I genuinely
Yeah.
didn't put a toe, a word, a voice, an
Yes.
anger.
And
I
there is
cooked,
that.
cleaned. Like it was, I was just in this vortex of hell.
Yeah. Yes.
I never antagonized. I didn't like it. I remember I remember going shopping one time and bringing home the shopping, because I cooked. I did it because it was my life. I was just trying to survive in my life, and he was kind of just fucking there all of the time. And I remember I got because I brought a cooked chicken home, and I always brought a cooked chicken home, and he specifically liked this, organic, of course, blah 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 chicken, and I'd brought home the non-organic, the one that wasn't green. It was the brown packaging, and he went psychotic at me.
That's a narcissist.
And screamed in my face, and and it was like, yes, Trent. Like, it was like, okay, I won't bring home this chicken again.
Yeah.
So I want to say to, if women are listening as well, like, yes, often, sometimes it takes two.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think in divorce it takes two for sure. But in many abusive instances, it takes one.
Well, I think Andrew admitted that in our marriage it was sort of more him, and it was because I was just like this meek, mild,
absolutely,
always trying to please. And to his enormous credit, he said at the end of his life, like, I was, that makes me a bit emotional actually to think that he owned that. But with Bob, I think I brought some baggage into the marriage, and I do see my own part in it as well.
That's beautiful.
And I was a bit, I was quite defensive and not letting him in, and there was that as well. But
what do you think though? And maybe you don't know, but what do you think the violence towards us kids was then?
What happened? I think when he had his own child, and it's no fault of Beth's,
God, no,
whatsoever, and poor thing, but he sort of changed, and are you talking about Bob?
Yeah.
So
I had no experience with Dad, like Andrew Dad.
So he sort of changed, and it was all about Beth, and then he sort of started getting a bit funny with you guys, and then it just got worse and worse. And then, I used to talk to him all the time and say, why, you've got to stop being nasty to the kids, and why do you talk to them like that? And, just really kept on trying to work it out with him.
Of course.
And in hindsight, I probably should have just up and left, a long time before.
But you know what? I say that, like, and also how? You know, like it was a different time. There was absolutely no resources. People definitely didn't have any advocacy of it. There was no podcast. There was no social media. There's no you had 5 children. Because I have been asked this before, you know, like with my big story of Adrian, I've talked about all this and you know this. I know it's hard for you, but like my sexual abuse, my violence abuse, all of it, people are like, you know, do you ever get angry at anyone? Do you ever blame anyone? And I'm like, there's not a cell in my body that does, because every single person, Bob included, right? Andrew like is doing, fuckhead included, which is my ex, like he was a narcissist, so it's like, fuck, he's still doing the best that he could, like absolutely no excuses. But for me, with women especially trapped and souls are being destroyed in abuse and DV, it's like, what are you going to do? Of course. And you've got 4 kids. 5 kids, sorry. 5 kids.
It was just, it was me as well. It's like, no, you stay. You don't, you know, like you can't.
Do you think there was religious?
Probably. There was probably quite a bit of that in it as well. Now I'm just completely different. I'm no longer religious, you know, I call myself spiritual, not religious, because I won't go with that religious thinking anymore.
Born a sinner.
But it's a bit sad that I was just so religious.
Because I do remember, like as a child, and I've told Ryan this before, I'm like, because, you know, again, in my situation with the DV, I remember people saying, you know, why didn't you call the police? And they're all fair questions, right? But in my head, you know, and I've said, God, I grew up in DV. I remember the police being at our house all of the time and nothing fucking changed. Also what would happen is, because I was on the other side of the DV, and in that we were in the home, the police would come, slap him on the, you know, you're a bad man, naughty, leave, and you've just antagonized the abuser. So he was worse.
Plus also I didn't understand the cycle of abuse. You know, they do it and then they come back with flowers, and then it's like, you're like, oh, great, he's changed. The naivety again. And then
but same here, Mum.
Like just so naive. Just thinking, oh, he's going to change. He's good. Like he's fine. It's all good. So
there's a story in here that I wanted to pull out of you that I tell all of the time, and women ask me all the time, you know, I'm in my 50s or my 60s or whatever, and I think it's too late. And I'm like, let me tell you this story about my mum. And now in the DV with Bob, I remember this. He left many times and he'd steal your money, because I remember you were the worker. I remember he often didn't work. And
that's 100% right.
And so you would work. You were supporting us kids.
I was
you
paying
were supporting
all the rent, all the bills, all the food.
And it's so funny for me, because I'm like, holy Santa Claus shit. I literally did repeat that cycle to a T, but it's broken now. We've broken it.
Absolutely.
But I remember, amazing. I do remember one time, anyway, he stole like a substantial amount of money from you, because he'd left, like he'd beat us, he left, he took like $10,000.
Oh, I don't remember.
And he bought the car. I remember he came back.
Oh, that's right.
With a fucking car.
He sold the little Mazda that he had, which was a great little car, and he bought this van, which I was like, oh, no, you know.
But he'd taken your money.
I don't remember that.
Oh, I do.
Yeah, okay.
Because I remember that at that point, I remember he came home with a Coles award. Like I just remember it was this shitty bunch of flowers and hubba bubba for us kids. And I remember thinking,
there goes the cycle of abuse.
But it's funny and it's so ironic for me that it happened to me. And when I was in it, I didn't see it. But when I was 6 or 7, I remember him coming back with this hubba bubba, and I was like, oh, like.
Because I remember you saying to me when you were about probably 16 or would have been just before we broke up, Bob and I, Mum, can't you see? He does this, then he brings you flowers. Can't you see?
So good for me.
You actually said it to me.
Yeah.
It might have even been after we broke up, but
I probably was like, you can't go back. He's going to bring you shitty flowers. I got it when I was 6 or 7.
But
then, but I'll also say, then when I was in my own narcissistic cycle of abuse, I couldn't see the forest from the trees whatsoever.
And that must have been what where I was
Correct. So that's where I'm trying to show you like that mirror of like, rest assured, even
You're making me feel better.
Yeah, even when I was 6 or 7 and I just remember being incredulous at this hubba bubba, like, come on, mum, like,
Can't you see
he's buying us this cheap shit to come back. Yeah. But then when I was in it at 33 and 34, 34, I absolutely could see, but I'm still in it and I was allowing it. You're blind to it.
Yeah. Because you love them. Or you think
do.
You love them.
No, you do. You think you love them.
Yeah.
You definitely don't love them, but you think you love them.
Yeah.
But you opened a private bank account. I want you to talk about that story.
Okay. So, So probably a couple of years before we broke up. So it was starting to get, worse and worse.
Yeah, it's bad.
And I and Bob did like to spend money. He wasn't good at saving in some ways. He would save it, but then he'd spend it. Mm-hmm. And all I wanted to do was buy my own home. And I just had this dream, I'm going to get my own home and I'm going to have to do it on my own. Mm-hmm. So I opened my own bank account, didn't tell him. And then because I was working full-time, I would squirrel savings into it quite a bit, actually, about $200 a week or something, like a lot. And never told him, just never said, because I knew he'd possibly want to borrow it or something or use it. And then when we did break up, the final straw was, he'd stopped hitting me, but he was threatening me to throw this orange at me. Mm-hmm. And I decided that's it. I'm like, that's it, I'm done, I'm finished. And this time I didn't feel like it was my fault. So he left and I then decided sometime later I'm going to go to uni and become a teacher. Mm-hmm. And
48?
Yeah.
48?
Yeah, 48.
48? Yeah.
And so I did that and I'd been an education assistant and so I was able to work one day a week as an education assistant while I was at uni. Mm-hmm. Lived on the skin of my teeth.
I remember.
Absolutely no money.
Yeah.
But I was determined because what had happened, I'd actually applied to buy a house while I was an EA because in Thornley.
Oh, wow.
Which is like a bit of a lower area. But I thought, surely they'll give me a loan because I'm working full-time as an EA. Okay. And they said, no, you're $10,000 short. I'll never forget that. And I said, well, how am I going to get more money to get my own home? I know I'm going to go to uni to become a teacher. But there were a lot of other reasons to become a teacher as well. I really wanted to. I was bored as an EA and I really wanted to help kids. I wanted to better myself, better lives for you kids.
Yeah.
So, I worked a full-time study 4 years at uni and then I probably had to stop saving then, but this money kept growing because it was in a
high yield interest account. Yeah.
And so then finished uni. The day I finished, I bought a newspaper and started looking for houses.
I remember. I remember
I'll never
this.
forget the feeling.
So you would have been 52 when you graduated, I remember, because it was a 4-year degree.
Yes.
And my memory of this is I was still in high school. Yeah, I was. I was still in high school.
Yes.
And I used to come home from high school and if you weren't working, you were sitting at your desk. Studying.
Yeah.
And just like cleaning the house, keeping the roof. You're a single mum of 5 kids.
Makes me emotional because...
I know, I'm like, you're getting emotional.
I feel sad because I feel like I was thinking about myself and studying so hard.
That makes me want to cry.
But Beth was only little as well and I was like...
Mum, look me in the eye.
Ass off.
Let me tell you, look me in the eye.
Yeah.
I am the woman that I am today. See, now I'm going to cry because I used to come home from school. You'd escape, finally gotten us safe. Right?
Yes.
You did that.
In a different house.
We were in this dream little house with a pool, which was wild to me because you're a single mum.
Yeah.
Then I used to come home and watch you study. And
I remember the desk.
I was so like, my mum is a hero. Like, my mum is so smart. She's at uni.
Yeah.
And then I remember you would share your grades and you only got high distinctions.
Yeah, no, I did pretty well. But
then I remember...
didn't do well at school, but I did well at uni.
Yeah, and then I remember you worked your ass off and you would, like, you took any job that you could. You just made it work. We never went without.
I did, what do you call it, night packing.
This is what I say to people. People don't understand. Like, you stack shelves at night. You work during the day, then you study during the day.
Yeah.
And then I remember, I'll never forget this, and see, I'll cry. I just remember going to school because we were poor, right? We had no money. But we did. We didn't go without. You did such a phenomenal job. But I will never fucking forget the day I went to a public school, but the school, so the school fees were optional.
Yeah.
I think. Is that correct?
Yes.
But you paid them.
Yeah.
And I remember it was the end of year in year 12 and the yearbooks were getting handed out and I was going red because we went to a public school. It was a phenomenal school.
Yeah.
But I knew that the school fees were optional.
Yeah.
And I knew that we didn't, like, I was like, Mum probably hasn't paid the school fees because they're optional and we fucking are on the bones of our ass. So I was like, oh my God, I'm not going to get a yearbook. And they were calling them out in class. So if you're,
that's
it
terrible.
Was obvious, right? So it's like, oh, if your parents have paid your school fees, you're getting a yearbook. Yeah. And they fucking called my name out. And I was like,
Mum paid the school fees.
And I was in the popular group with all my rich friends, not one, I think 2 of them. Right?
Wow.
But I remember Courtney hadn't paid her school. I can name, I won't, but I can name all the girls whose parents had all the money in the world.
Because they were quite expensive too. It was about $900 a year or something for a...
I remember.
Yeah, anyway.
So this is my point, Mum. Release the guilt.
Yeah.
And then I remember, because I then became this young woman who went to university and worked full-time and I only went to uni because of you because I was like, fuck this. If my mum can get high distinction.
You got to take ownership, girl. You did it for you. You were amazing.
I did it for me, but I only did it because I had the example in front of me that not only can I go to uni and not only can I put myself through university because my mum did it, fuck her. She got high distinctions. I better get high distinctions. I was competitive.
And you sure did.
And I did. And then you got invited to honours.
Yeah, I did actually.
I remember that.
The last semester I got honours in...
So guess what my goal was?
Yes.
I'm like, well, I better get fucking invited to honours. And then I got my honours invitation and I was like, no, thank you, sir. I'm done.
Yeah, me too.
But you did the same.
No way was I going back to study. That was full on.
So this is what I'm saying. Like, I got to witness you as a mum.
Yeah.
And this is what I want. I suppose, like, this is why I wanted to get you on. Like, how powerful that you just got emotional saying, like, I feel bad that and I'm sitting here as the young woman going, oh, my God, I witnessed you. I didn't even know that. I'm like, no, Mum, I got to witness you being this superwoman in my eyes, just doing anything and everything, stacking shelves at night. And I coach this in self-love school. And if self-love school women are listening, they're going to be like, fuck, she really is telling the truth. I say to women in self-love school when they are single mums, when their husbands have fucked them over, when they're when they're on the bones of their ass, when they're stressed out of their head, I'm like, I watched my mum pack fucking shelves. Go get a night job.
Yeah.
You do whatever you have to do. Yeah. So then, Mum, what did you do? You got to?
Buy a house. Yeah. So
By yourself?
Yeah. Yeah, well, the bloody bank said, no, you can't borrow all the money as a single mum, which still makes me mad to this day because I'm the one that's, paid it off and never missed a payment. And anyway, and they said, oh, you'll have to have somebody go in
That's
with
right,
you.
Nate.
So Nate did very, very, very kindly offer to go in. And
that's my older brother.
Yeah, so he's owns part of it and I own.
Yeah.
They said 50-50 and I said let's do 70-30.
Yeah.
But, I'm planning to buy him out.
Yeah.
Soon.
But that was when you were 54.
52.
52.
Yeah.
Sorry, 52.
So I finished uni in October 2007. And by May 2008, I had settlement on the place that I'm still in.
Yeah, which you've renovated and it's a beautiful little...
Yes.
Your beautiful little family home.
Project managed I think I'm more proud of that than other things because it's like I always said I would never, ever be able to project manage like renovations. Like, don't ever.
You did it. You helped us here.
Yeah, but yeah, project managing, like getting the tiles, organising the plumber. So I did my laundry, I did my kitchen.
You're about to do the bathroom.
Did all the painting. Yeah.
But you FaceTime. No, you didn't FaceTime. You called me a couple of, last year, maybe mid last year.
2024.
Was it 2024?
Yeah, June 2024.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
You called me and what did you tell me? You called me to say?
I've just paid off the mortgage. So,
yeah. And this is why I wanted to get you on, just as this beautiful pillar of like a woman that has been through yourself the depths of hell in DV and escaping DV and heartbreak and hardship and 5 psycho kids, Mum.
No.
Like, come on.
But look, you're all amazing now.
Look, we got there in the end. You're 5 for 5 now.
5 amazing kids.
You are 5 for 5. We got through it in the end.
Yes.
And you put yourself through university, graduated university, got yourself, you bought a home by yourself, or like you did have done it by yourself.
Yeah,
you
pretty much.
Renovated that home and you've paid the whole damn thing off and you're mortgage free.
Yes.
Which is just, I'm so proud of you.
Yeah,
and this is why I wanted the wiser generation, I call them, not the older, to hear this story. Or if the young people are listening, like, and they have a mum that's like, but I'm too old, or it's passed me by, or what's your advice for them?
Yeah, don't give up. Just don't see what happened with uni. I had sort of, you know, how you have thoughts come in. Oh, look, it's 4 years. Oh, it's going to be hard those 4 years. Don't do it, you know, like, you know, all those negative things. And then this beautiful woman, actually she was Barbara's, my sister's colleague at work.
Oh, okay.
And like had so many things that said, yes, do it. And she just said, what's 4 years? That's going to go. Like what, you know, in 4 years' time you're going to go, wow, that was quick. And that was like the final thing that I'm like, yeah, I'm going to do it. I was already going to do it, but I was like, yeah, you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
And so just do it.
Just do it.
Yeah. If that's really what you want to do, if it's your passion and, don't be on your deathbed and say, oh, I wish I had done that.
Wish I had to earn more, wish I had to love more, wish I had to have tried more.
Yeah.
That brings me to this notion as well, because can we talk about your age?
Yeah.
I'm really proud of it because I think you're the most, like people always think I'm
well, thank you for
full
getting
of
my makeup
shit. And
done.
I'm like, I'm really not. I just have this mother who's 70, guys.
Nearly.
In a month, Mum.
Yeah.
2 months. 2 months.
2 months.
So we can say it. What did you say to me this morning as we were at the beach?
Okay. So it's the 20th anniversary of my 50th.
Yeah. So guys, we're celebrating Mum's 20th anniversary of her 50th.
Yeah.
So happy for you.
It's really hard to believe. It's like, no, I can't be 70.
Right, but this is what I want to talk about.
That's just not possible.
I've got queens. This is why my community. You've met them at launch parties and events and all the things. Yeah. But I have like literally 18-year-olds to like 60 women in their 60s. Yeah. And you're my mum at 70 and this is what Ryan just really adores about you.
Aww.
That like
I adore him.
We could even talk about that, how you just knew he was the one.
Oh yeah.
Mum was pivotal.
Yeah.
But you refuse, as you should, but it's easier said than done. Like you were the youngest 70-year-old I know. You were like, well, this is the thing, right? So on this notion of just do it, right? We still talk about investment opportunities, and we were talking about share. Mum was talking to me. Well, you were talking to me about shares when I picked you up from the airport, and we're talking about like for me, and you salary sacrifice into your super, and you do all these things, and you love to travel, right? Yes. And you just took off to Vietnam, sending me all these little photos of you and your little pointy hat and on the back of a motorbike. Well, that was us fabulous. In Bali, right? And I just want women to hear this from you, like live.
Yeah, for sure. I think the biggest thing that probably some advice I would give is don't let the negative thoughts crowd out your mind. Like just stay positive. Like stay young in your mind. Like don't don't get old in your mind.
That's
Like, because society says, oh, you're getting older. Oh, you know, poor things. Like, your life is going to go downhill. That's just rubbish.
bullshit,
It's
Mum.
just so much rubbish. And you can get better and better. And I actually remember being 40 and saying, I still remember this so clearly, and I still, even where I was standing in the kitchen at Nun Court, and saying, I'm going to get better with age. I'm going to age backwards.
Amen.
And I also said, when I was with Andrew, I said, I'm not going to take the blame for things. I'm going to get better myself. I'm going to better myself. I'm not going to let him. But you have to leave them. You have to leave them, like, you know, your guy. But you still work on yourself. Like, you never stop learning. You never stop just not staying static.
Yeah.
You know, not...
It is. You've got a really young energy, young mind. Like, we were walking the beach the other day and you're like, darling, or sweetie, what do you call me, sweetie? Make sure you correct me if you see me hunched because I want to, you know, I want
better posture.
I want better posture because I refuse to be one of these old people, you know, that's bent over. And
people.
No, I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry at all. Like, it's true, right? And we project onto the wiser demographic. I refuse to call you older. The wiser generation, like, oh, they're getting older. And then I look at you and you're like, I'm off to Vietnam. Bye. Like, love you. And then when we were in Bali, you were like, I can't remember, but you wanted to go somewhere. So we put you on the back of a motorbike by yourself. We were like, bye, Mum, love you.
Yeah.
And you had the best time.
I don't think old. Like, I think some people expect you to act your age.
Yeah.
And I do agree not to be mutton dressed as lamb.
You have said this my whole life.
Don't be mutton
Mum,
dressed
I'm going to be mutton dressed as lamb.
Don't be in a mini skirt or something at 70. But I mean, if you can carry it off like some of those incredible actresses, go for it. But, just don't act your age.
Don't act your age. So on that though, I'm dying to tell the Israel story.
Oh.
What was that? You went on a cruise. So this is my mum, right? Mum gets home from this trip and she's like, oh, darling, we almost got...
Oh, that was hilarious.
So
there's two parts to it.
Yeah,
so,
I want both.
Yeah, okay. So with the Israel story, so Rachel and I, a good friend, we've been friends since year 5, I think, year 6.
Oh, okay.
So she said, do you want to go on a cruise? And it was to about 5 countries. So we were going to stop in at Oman, Jordan, Israel, Italy and Greece. So, and it was incredibly priced. So we flew to the Maldives, got on the ship and then started sailing. And on the way, we heard that there'd been rockets fired into Tel Aviv. And everyone on the ship, we were nearly there, and everyone on the ship was like, well, the trip's been cancelled to Israel. They were jumping on a planned, like a tour. And they said, it's been cancelled and we're not going to go anywhere. We're not going to go anywhere near. We're not getting off the ship. You know, it's too dangerous.
Not my mum.
And I was like, no, and Rachel was good too, actually. And we both said, let's go. Like, what the heck?
Fuck the rockets.
Yeah.
Fuck the terrorists.
Yeah. So we got the taxi to Iliad Airport and then...
No, so you get off the ship. You go, like, I love this. So and everyone's like, bye, but no one else, everyone refused.
Yeah, no, they
You were
weren't going.
warned to not.
We were encouraged not to go.
Yes, please don't go.
I think they didn't even know we were slipping off.
Yeah.
So we got on the plane from
J-Max
Iliad
being careful.
to where was it? I can't remember. Oh, to Tel Aviv, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, we caught the plane to Tel Aviv, got off, and there was soldiers with the great big guns walking around.
Rifles.
In fact, it was one of the soldiers. I said, how do you get the bus to Jerusalem?
Of course he did.
So I spent the whole day just asking people, what do you do now? Do you do this? Do you catch this bus? And it was so much fun.
So there's two. How tall's Rachel? Because Mum is short. You were very short.
Yeah. She's probably about your height.
Okay, so at least there was a little bit of height in the both of you.
Yeah.
I just picture these two
Shorties.
darling shorties
she's tall.
bobbing around with no fucking idea in Tel Aviv with rockets going off. Like, excuse me?
Yeah. Well, fortunately, no rockets. But we got the bus to Jerusalem, got back, caught the train back, got the taxi back to the boat, and we get on the boat, and all these people were like, "Oh, you're back! Oh my God, you're back!" The heroines of the boat, like, we can't believe what you did. Like, we were so worried about you, but you're back. Yeah,
Guys, I will be honest. I remember you sending back information. Like, I'm like looking up the waters that you're going to be in. And even I was nervous, but who am I to project my weak objections onto you? So I said nothing, but I'm like, fuck me. My mum's going, my short, sweet, darling mother who doesn't sweat, like couldn't swing her fist in a bar fight, is going into pirate waters with
that's another
terrorist activity going on. It was like not an active war zone, but it was like warnings to not travel. And Mum's like, I'll be fine. Jesus will protect me, which he does, and he did.
Absolutely.
Prayers.
Yeah.
What do you say? Cover myself in
the blood of
Jesus Christ. Yeah. So I'm like, all right, God, you better fucking protect her. So you're going to have me to deal with, bro, if you don't.
Yeah.
And then you went. Yeah. And then you weren't meant to get off the boat. She gets off the boat.
Yeah.
You escape into Jerusalem. Mate.
Did a tour of Jerusalem.
Had the time of your life.
Yeah.
And then on the boat also there was a night.
Yeah, so we were coming out of, we came out of the Suez Canal, and we were like around Africa. I can't remember which country, but it was where all the pirates were. And we'd sort of been told on the ship, look, there could be some pirate activity, but I was just so excited. I'm like, oh, you're kidding. That's incredible.
Pirates, how exciting.
Yeah.
This is dead set true, you guys.
Yeah. And so I was coming down to morning tea one morning and looked out the window, and I saw about seven or eight huge, those long boats, just the long boats.
Yeah.
And there were all these men in these seven or eight long boats, like all heaps of men, and all going like this and yelling and like pointing and like
pirates
at the boat. Yeah. And I turned to one of the staff and I just said, "That's pirates." Yeah. And they went, no, it's not pirates. Yeah. And I went, "That's pirates." And I just knew. And they were
excited off her face.
I was so excited.
Oh, God.
But
Well, if they boarded the ship, you'd be fucked.
Yeah, but the ship had all water guns, so ready to. I had a plan.
Okay, what was your plan, Mum?
So I kept going around saying, "That's pirates. I know that's pirates."
Excited off her face.
Everyone was denying it. I was. It was pretty
thrilling.
Exciting. Oh no, you would be the same.
Oh, I'd be peeking.
Yeah.
No, I'd go out and get the hose. I just want to hose them. Yeah. I'd want to be part of the action.
Anyways, the ship sped up then. All these denials, no, there weren't pirates. They didn't want to ignite.
No, and scare you all.
Yeah. So I stopped saying it, but I knew it was. But the ship absolutely sped up. Then when none of us were allowed to go out on the deck where we always had breakfast.
But there wasn't pirates.
Yeah. And then at night the ship was in darkness. So that was another sign.
Yeah.
But Rachel and I got up and went walking all around the ship and saw all the water cannons there ready to blast them off. They came off.
What was your plan if pirates...
That's right. We got back to the cabin and on our beds were a letter from the captain just saying, if the pirates do get on board, this is the plan. And I still can't believe it, actually, because it was probably a bit stupid of me, but... I was just so excited. I was like, oh, my God. Like, seriously? This is just in movies. This doesn't happen to me.
Yeah.
So the plan was, if they do board, we were all to go to this...
Play dead.
No, that was my plan. So
I am your daughter.
So we went to the cinema.
So your daughter.
We had to go to the cinema room, where they did the concerts and things, and we all had to gather in there. So... I was so excited. I just thought, that's okay. If they do, I'll just play dead.
Mum, I die. So I used to think this when I was little. Oh, I'll always just play dead.
Yeah.
And I remember Dad trying to tell me, because I'm like, "No, Dad, I'll be fine. Like, I'll just play dead." And I remember he's like, "Darling, you know that they can check your pulse." And I was like, Yeah.
I actually don't remember that.
If anyone ever wonders where I get my like
Adventurous spirit.
adventure crazy enthusiasm, Mum.
I know it's crazy, but I really was excited.
No, this is why I just find you so darling, because I'm like, I remember you getting home from that trip and telling us about these pirates, and with such extreme enthusiasm and disappointment almost, like, and then they didn't even board. Like, I couldn't execute my plan of playing dead.
So naive, really.
I was like, Mum, they have machetes. They would fucking kill you.
Yeah.
Like,
but I had a plan.
To play dead? I die. You would have made them cups of tea and blessed them with Jesus Christ. That's what you would have done, 100%.
Yeah, for sure. No, I had faith in God that I'd be protected.
Let's go here actually, because I feel like people listening to this would probably find it very like weird that I can sit here and joke and say like, brother, you better like about God. But you have this beautiful understanding with me. And this is what I love about you, and why I think I am the way that I know I know I am the way that I am, that I always have this really, I know I'm about to say calm, and people will be like, there's nothing calm about you, but calm macro view that I can respect and understand different opinions, because you and I because you do with me. Yeah. Right? You've always been like, just because I know you say you're not religious anymore, but you still are beautiful.
Spiritual.
Like, you're spiritual, but like you're very spiritual. Like, you have a beautiful relationship with God.
Faith in God. It's just faith that He's looking after me.
Yes.
And that cuts all the religious crap out.
Yeah.
And it just becomes just a personal relationship.
Yeah.
So it's just like I trust Him to look after me.
Yeah.
And we've seen it time and time again. Yeah. Like, I didn't get shot by pirates or...
You did not get shot by pirates. You didn't get decapitated.
I survived Tel Aviv.
Somehow.
Yeah.
You didn't get taken. I don't know how you didn't get taken.
Life is exciting. And God's got a sense of humour, and He loves the way,
He does.
Daddy God and...
See, guys, so this is what I mean. Sky Daddy. He's my Sky Daddy, Mum, please.
So I love that.
Yeah, but this is what I want people to understand. So people come at me, not come at me, but I do get, if I say that in my stories, which I always do, if I'm like, all right, guys, I prayed to the Sky Daddy, right? And I'm like, so people come to me and they're like, I feel like when they're brand new baby Christians. Yeah. Right? And they're like, oh my gosh, that's so offensive. And I'm like, lady, sit down.
They don't understand.
Like, I have had a mother that has raised me almost indoctrinated, bless you, but like in Christianity.
I was very religious.
And if my mum can accept that I call God Sky Daddy.
I love that name.
You got to sit down and just take a minute.
But God's got the most incredible sense of humour.
I think so.
He would be laughing every time you said that.
I think He loves it.
Yeah, I do too.
Or her, she, whatever, source.
Yeah.
But that's a beautiful relationship that that's a beautiful characteristic that you've taught me, that you don't have to agree.
No.
You don't have to
force religion.
Or even if I don't know, I just accept, I can just sit back and go, that's interesting, or that's beautiful because that's your relationship with your religion or your relationship with your belief. Yeah. Because you've just mirrored that to me. Yeah. Since I was about 16, because I came to you and I quit religion at 16. Yeah. Do you remember that conversation?
Not really, but kind of. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it was just such a traumatic time for me.
It was a traumatic time for me too.
Yeah. Break out with Bob and everything.
Yeah. But I was 16 actually. That was really pertinent.
Yeah.
But I went to Mum. Anyway, I went to Mum and I said, Mum, I've got some questions.
Most kids do.
Yeah. Though. How beautiful though. It's because we're tapped in more, I think.
You got to sort of explore and find your own way, like not follow your parents' way. You got to find your own way. So...
No, but I had some questions and I just was like, look, if they can't get answered, then I thought I was going to get kicked out. Like, I was like, I'm going to be done here. But I was like, nope. Anyway, couldn't get answered. But you were so beautiful even in that moment. I remember Zach was beside himself. Oh my God, Zach was like, you're going to go to hell.
That's so cute.
Like, Zach was just beside, and you were like, it's all right, Zach. Like, she's not going to go to hell
as well. He won't mind me saying this.
Zach was
he won't mind me
wild.
Because he's fine now.
We've all pulled through.
Yeah, exactly.
By the grace of God,
people,
somehow.
Humans.
No, so, but actually on that, I want to, let's go here. No, but I did have some, to tie that loop off, I had some questions, you couldn't answer them, but you were so beautiful in your understanding. And I just remember the last memory I have of the conversation where I said, well, Mum, I think I'm going to like leave religion, never God. I have a beautiful relationship with God. I've had a relationship with God since birth.
Yeah.
But I don't link the two. Religion can stay way the fuck over there for me.
Yeah.
I don't want anything to do with
Absolutely.
it. But source and God
Yeah.
and infinite consciousness,
Yep.
absolutely. I've had I'm almost 38. I've had a relationship with it, them, him, her, whatever. Again, right? Whatever however anyone wants to relate.
And that's all that's important.
Correct.
That's all that's important. You don't have to go to church to get that.
I don't need four walls. And I remember you said that to me at 16. Well, darling, you don't need the four walls to tell you what your relationship should be. But I remember, I was like, oh my God, I'm going to get kicked out. And I didn't. And I survived. And I was like, okay, great. Right. But I remember you saying, gosh, you've really opened my, I remember you were just like,
I do remember that actually now that you bring it back to me.
You've asked some really interesting questions. Like, I'm going to go away and think about that. And it was just stuff around the Bible that I disagreed with. I was like, and that was religious. I didn't agree with the religious text, basically. Sure. That's my whole thing. But on that, and this is kind of where we can, because it's been an hour.
Oh, wow.
Can you believe it?
No.
It's been an hour.
I can't.
But we've almost hit all the things
because when you said to Ryan, it would be about an hour, I'm like, wow, we're not going to be an hour.
Yeah, no, we're going to be about an hour and a half.
Wow.
I knew this episode might be about 90 minutes.
Wow.
And I know you almost hate talking about it, but I do want to talk about it because I find it so funny that it's about me, don't worry.
Yeah.
Something about you.
Yeah.
But I find it comical. I find it comical that so you hate my haters is what I want to say, right? This is where I'm going with this, by the way. So obviously, of course, but a huge reason, I mean, firstly, I never tag you. I've never, ever tagged you. I know you don't comment on things because we try to protect you, basically. We try to keep you away from the public. Like, I'm not going to tag you in this. You're going to be in this, but I don't like people going to find, your profile's private. You've made your, just in case people come and find you. And it's the same with my siblings, right? We have a beautiful relationship. So we're like I do with my siblings. You certainly do with your kids. But I don't talk about that.
Yeah.
I never talk about my siblings. I don't talk about my brothers and sister. I don't talk about I mean, I talk about my life and my experiences, and if their stories are intertwined, I have absolutely no qualms in doing that. But I don't always share about I've got 4 siblings and 3 brothers and 1 sister and talk about you a lot because I try to protect you all because I have these fucking psychopath psychos, stalkers confused admirers.
Love that.
They're my confused admirers.
Yeah.
But the biggest thing
why do they keep watching if they don't like you? Like,
right?
It's so
pathetic.
Ridiculous.
But a big thing that they say, like, my entire life is a lie. Everything I do, everything I say, all that I am, it's all a lie. I am a narcissist.
It's not true.
I am You're so sweet. Guys, it's not true. No, but, I am a narcissistic, evil.
My goodness.
Lying, scamming piece of shit. But this is them. This is what they say. This is what and it's gone on 5 years now. Yeah. This will be the 5th year, and they're still there.
Terrible.
But I just want what is the impact? Because obviously I always said it doesn't impact me and and it certainly has like moments if I give it time and attention.
Yeah.
But I do have you on the podcast, and it's something that you've been through with me essentially in 5 years. How do you feel about it?
Oh, I'm extremely grateful that you have been able to just not say, all right, I quit. Like, I take strength from you in that because I would have quit. I couldn't have handled that amount of hate. And I mean, it's just been obscene. You haven't told me the half of it.
No.
Because I probably wouldn't be able to cope with it. But I'm so, so in awe that you just keep going.
I love that.
And call them confused admirers and move on.
Yeah.
And keep doing what you're doing and don't let them stop you. I just think that is incredible.
Yeah.
And, I'm in awe
Thanks,
of
Mum.
your strength and your ability to slough off their comments and their hate and just and I'm also thrilled because I'm like, see, you didn't bring one more person down. You didn't cause someone to commit suicide or, you know, like you know.
Suck shit, bitches.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
You
said
won't say it.
beautifully. Yeah.
I will.
Yeah.
We're chalk and cheese.
So
that's beautiful. I
good
didn't
on
think you would say that. I actually thought,
no.
I don't know what I thought you'd say. I wanted it addressed because I know they'll listen to this.
I'm peed off with them, but
peed off.
but they don't affect I'm not going to let them affect my life because you model it for me. You know,
beautiful.
I'm not able to be in that space because I'm not big in social media. So, but I couldn't have done what you did. So I'm like, good on you for overcoming that hate. You know?
Thank you, Mum. Thank you.
It's
Onwards
huge.
and upwards. No, and my greatest commitment for 2026 and beyond, because I'm entering motherhood, obviously. Oh, we could talk about that too.
No, so exciting.
Is actually literally giving them negative 10 oxygen.
Yeah.
But it is something, you know, this is the first time I've had you on the podcast and, you know, their entire premise for stalking and obsessing over, their actual entire premise, so this is true, for stalking and obsessing me is they have to uncover the truth that I am this, the whole world has been scammed, that I am this narcissistic, evil, scamming bitch and they are the ones that know the truth and you've been fooled and Ryan's been fooled and Morgs has been, you know, everyone's been fooled my entire life. And then I'm like, here you are. And it's
the
just
exact opposite.
For me, what's impacted me and what used to upset me was how, but now I get it and it's just a normal way of life. And to be honest, I would do it anyway naturally now. The more attention I do get, positive, even not negative, is you haven't chosen a public life. But I remember back in the day you being like, oh, please, sweetie, you know, don't tag me because I don't want them to come and find me. Like I don't, you know,
I couldn't have coped.
It affected you and that really hurt me. Like people don't see, like I'm always like, come for me. Come for me with your fucking harshest, come for me. Nothing you can do will ever touch me.
Staggers me.
Right? Yeah. But don't ever fucking touch anyone else in my life. And so that used to impact me a little bit or a lot when I sensed your fear or your upset around I don't want them to find me. Like I don't tag me and I don't right. And that did impact me. That upset me.
Yeah, I'd probably be fine now because I you know, they don't affect me. Like they don't affect me because they don't affect you.
Hear that, bitches?
Now. So it's just words, isn't it?
Yeah.
When you think about it.
Sticks and stones, baby.
And they need to get a life.
They do.
Yeah.
But they never will. Okay, how are you feeling about becoming a nan again?
Oh, gosh, beyond excited. Like I think I'm just so incredibly happy for you.
Yeah.
You know, you found Ryan and he's just amazing and he's everything you say he is.
Yeah.
He's just perfect for you and you're perfect for him. And this baby is going to be just so loved. And, I'm incredibly excited. I'm going to have to make more trips to Gold Coast.
Amen.
Yeah.
Amen.
Yeah, so. No,
and how did you feel
wonderful.
with processing IVF?
Fine.
Yeah.
I'm just a big believer in like, it reminds me of like years and years ago and the Nursing Mothers Association used to say, if you can't breastfeed, it's the end of the world. Like, and then I used to think, but that's ridiculous. You've got this beautiful baby. Who cares whether it's breastfed or bottle fed? It's a baby. It's going to thrive. You're going to love it. And it's a bit like that with IVF. I see it as that. You're still getting a baby. Like it doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. You know, it's
Christians are crazy, man. It's like this whole. I think the
I didn't even know
is it somewhere
that.
in the Bible?
I don't even live in the Christian world like that. I don't listen to all that. I'm just my own person.
I just assumed there must have been something in the Bible that's like.
Have people come at you?
Yeah,
about
people
it?
say all the time. Like it's. Or I had one person say
I didn't
that,
know that.
It's not going to have a soul.
Oh my God!
Like then IVF babies don't have souls, which is the most. It's hilarious. Don't worry. But it was like God. They were very Christian.
Yeah,
and then a couple of other Christians have just made comments like,
Pretty
if this
judgy.
is God, like if God doesn't want you to have a baby, then you should not be doing IVF. It's like the devil. And I'm like, oh.
Absolutely not.
Okay,
It's
great.
just the breastfeeding versus bottle argument for
I
me.
mean, amen.
Yeah. It's a baby.
Yeah. It's a baby.
And I mean, if that's the way you're going to have a baby, that's the way you're going to have a baby.
I can't wait.
Yeah. No, it's
Okay, guys,
great.
prayers accepted.
Exciting.
I'll when this comes out, I've got one episode coming out next week, and then when people are listening to this, I'll be just starting to inject myself.
Wow. Wow.
So
it's exciting.
Well, Mum,
I'm over the moon.
I feel like I've hit all my main. There was more that I would have gone into, but I actually sort of was like, no, I don't. Like seeing me in DV and things like that. But I'm like, I actually don't. We don't.
Yeah.
I don't even want to give that. An
space.
ounce of attention.
Let's just say I'm so happy that you and Ryan are together.
Oh, I was going to say that. So people ask me all the time because I've shared snippets of
I adore
your.
Ryan. He's like my son.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But your like belief. So from like the second you met him.
Yeah.
Your commitment.
Yes.
Remember in the car and all those guys were calling and you're like, sorry, she's unavailable. And then Ryan called because I was dating. I was actively dating.
Yeah.
And I just met Ryan. I think it was like 3 weeks in. It was like 2 weeks in, I think.
And I'd come over a couple of times and it just happened to be just after you'd met Ryan.
Yeah, like 2 weeks in.
And I realised straight away, he's amazing. He's a genuine guy.
Yeah.
And he is kind and, all the values and...
But Mum, come on, you were literally so like, yes, exactly. But you were like, darling, he is your soulmate. Like you were, you knew. And I remember I was like, Mum, chill out because it scares me.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah.
And do you know what I love?
Yeah, I was trying not to be coming on too strong.
Oh, you came on very strong.
Because I was worried because these other men were,
circling.
Circling. And I was like, don't let this slip through you. Don't let Ryan slip through your fingers. He's just perfect for you.
Yeah.
So I was trying not to say too much, but...
Mum was basically trying to say to me in Mum's divine earth angel way, don't you fuck this up, Anna.
Yeah.
Don't you dare.
But you know me, I'm not one to give you advice.
No.
Really. It's very rare that I do because
You focus very much on him.
Yeah. And just... I found out the meaning of his name, and you'd been looking for a king, and I was like, Hannah, his name is King. And
I came home from the gym. But what was it? What I want to ask you, because this is what I've been asked a few times by people, and I said, one day I'm going to have her on the podcast. What was, I mean, I know you're very spiritual, so I do, we're both very intuitive. I say I'm psychic, but that's like you're prophetic.
Yeah.
Right? So Mum's spiritual beliefs is like psychics are bad.
Prophetic.
But prophecy is not. So Mum is prophetic.
Yeah.
I am psychic, but I am prophetic. Okay, Mum.
Yeah.
But you. So I know there's that deep, beautiful element to you of prophecy. But when you were I just remember you in the kitchen. I'd been seeing him for like 2 weeks. I knew I was pretty much already in love, but I was scared by it. And you were just so certain. Like what was that?
Oh. I think it's just Ryan. Like he is just such a solid integrity, full of integrity. Like he's got values. One of the things, remember he came to the door to get you and you were blown away by that. He was just...
I panicked, you guys.
Yeah, he was just an all-round really nice guy and humble and kind and polite and, just all the values, I think. I just saw his values.
But like from the minute you met him.
Great father. I could tell he was a great father.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the kids were calling when he was at the house. Yeah.
That was another thing. The way he was talking to his kids on the phone. Just being so sweet to you, like very thoughtful, very kind. And I just wanted you to be with someone kind.
Yeah, I remember that.
Having not had kindness myself, I really wanted that for you. So, yeah.
I remember.
I think that was...
Oh, this is what I was going to say. It was the sweetest thing. I remember Ryan. So the story was we were in the car and I think we'd gone to the shops or something.
That's right.
And a couple of guys
were ringing.
Circling. It was Saturday, guys. It was a Saturday, so it was date day.
Yeah.
So someone had called. I won't say names, but a guy had called.
Freaking out inside, thinking, how am I going to tell us? Go away, you men.
Yeah, so they're calling to ask me on like dates and are you busy? And mum's in the background like, sorry, she's busy. Like I'm here sort of thing because she's trying to swat these other men away. I wasn't
I'm not usually like
sexually
that.
with them. So they were like trying to literally like date me. And so that was like, because I had lockdown like 6-7 weeks before. Then I met Ryan and I remember, no, I know, but this was the thing. It was so uncharacteristic.
Yeah.
Right. And it was literally out of a
that's
movie
not
to
me.
me because I was like, oh my God, it is like peak hour for these men. So
Yeah.
one had called and then you're like, sorry, she's busy. Like I'm here. And then another had called and you're like, hi. And you were just like off him. Like I remember you were like, because I'm like, oh, you're in the car on speaker with my mum.
Yeah.
And you're like, hi, like not interested.
Yeah.
Ryan loves this story. He's always like, oh, J-Mac had my back from
He
the
did. He even said that to me.
He's
You
like,
had my back, J-Mac.
love you, J-Mac, like
Yeah.
Mama J-Mac, he calls you. And then I remember Ryan called and it was still new, like I'm saying, like he was like in the roundup essentially,
Yeah.
and then but it was very different. And then I remember Ryan called for a date and he was like, hey babe, like what are you doing tonight? And you were like, she's available. I'll just never forget it. And I remember looking at you like, oh, am I? Because you've just told 2 other guys that I'm not. And I was like, no, I'm not. Mum's here. Like, I'm not available. Sorry.
Yeah.
And you were like, nope, she's available. I'm busy.
Yeah.
I'll never forget. I'm busy. And I'm like, you're busy, are you, Mum? What are you doing?
I was so happy for you to go out with him.
Yeah. And then, but that was, and then I remember like we got ready together, you and me. And then I remember this was pretty much like the first full proper dates. He was taking me to the rugby and then he was taking me to fireworks and
That's
dinner
right.
and
yeah.
and he wanted to bring you. And you're like, no, sorry, Ryan, I'm busy. Like I, you know, and I'm like, you're not busy, Mum. You don't know anyone in the cock.
Yeah.
Because you're like, I'm going out. I'm like, no, you're not. But then I remember you you said, I was like, we were waiting because he was going to come pick me or like come and get me at 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
And you're like, what's the time? Like, are we ready? And I'm like, yeah. And I said, oh, he'll just ring. Do you remember this?
Yes.
I said, oh, he'll just ring when he gets here and I'll go out.
Yeah.
Because that's what I've experienced my whole life.
Yeah, that's right.
And then I remember it was like 5 on the dot.
Yeah. You looked up and you went, oh, he's coming. He's coming
panicked.
in. I can't believe it. Guys don't do that.
He was
Yeah, it was beautiful.
walking up as that alpha.
Confident. Yep.
To knock on the door and pick me up.
Yeah.
But I remember,
And he wasn't surprised. Like he was surprised that you were
he was
surprised.
so confused. And I was like, oh my God, you're here. Yeah. But I remember that day you took a photo of me. Do you remember this?
Keep going and I might.
So I had I was getting ready for the date and I was sitting on the couch putting my shoes on.
Yes.
And you were like this proud prom mum, like taking photos like I was getting ready for a ball.
That's right.
And I was like, Mum, what are you doing? And you were like, you're going to marry him. You're going to thank me for these photos. Dead set. You're going to marry him. You're going to thank me for these photos because you're going to look back on these photos and go, oh, that was my first proper date.
Yeah.
And I literally look back on those photos all of the time and I'm like,
wow,
I love them so much.
I don't fully remember that story, but it comes back to
I'll
me
show you
as
the
you're
photos.
talking. Yeah, I remember taking the photos and saying that. But another time you said, oh, my beautiful girlfriends, and I adore them, but they wanted you to, like, not focus on Ryan so much because they were worried that, you know, that he was like, he just came very quickly and they wanted you to sort of stay.
They were living vicariously through my dick stories.
But I mean, all credit to them. They were just, they wanted the best for you.
For sure.
And I said, Anna, I never give you advice, you know that, but can you not date those other guys because I don't want you to spoil it with
Please don't ruin it with Ryan. Mum, I didn't.
Yeah, and you didn't. You took my advice.
I did.
You know me, I don't give you much advice.
No, I fully locked down. And after you left, I said to him, okay, Mum thinks you're it. So I remember saying, I'm actually not going to see
Yeah.
I'm like, we were 2 weeks in and I'm like, and you should never, as a feminine, you let them lead. But I just remember being like, well, mum keeps telling me to not fuck this up, so I better not. And I remember saying, well, I won't date anyone. Like I just will not see anyone. I will cut all contact with anyone else and I will just see where this goes.
Yeah.
And Ryan to this day says that was like the pivotal moment for him.
Yeah, wow.
Like me being like exclusive.
Because I remember that so clearly, like, oh, please don't date those other men.
Yeah,
you know,
I didn't.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
All right, we will wrap it up, but
yeah.
see, was it fun?
It was great. I didn't need to be nervous, did
No.
I?
Will you come back?
Yeah, I'd love to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if there's anything else that you would like to say, if there's any like for the woman, like for this the woman that's turning 70 or late 60s that feels like it's too late or, you know, they're stuck or not for them, or what would you say to her?
Well, one little thing. So some people have sort of, a lot of people say to me, don't stop working, like do not stop working. So I still pretty much work full time. I've just got one day a fortnight off last term, but I would say don't stop your life. Like, and I think retirement is overrated as well in a lot of ways. So just do what you love and do what you're good at and, you know, enjoy life. Like sometimes when I'm travelling and I look at people and I'm like, wow, you look like you've eaten lemons and you're travelling. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you must see it too.
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
And I'd be like, I wouldn't be able to stop smiling because I'm on a Greek island and you look like you've just received a really bad phone call or something, and maybe they have, but like really just love
miserable.
life.
Yeah. Be happy.
Just be happy, yeah.
Be happy, be positive, be grateful.
Yeah.
I will say a reflection for you, for women listening, that if they're like, that feels hard even or out of reach, I just can always hear the woman in my mind.
Yeah, okay.
In essence, I know that sounds wild.
And maybe fair enough.
If they're at rock bottom, a huge thing that I've witnessed in you is that
fair enough.
You have stayed busy in the enjoyment of life.
Yeah.
You love, I know this sounds really weird, but like you love your cups of tea. It's like a tea ceremony for you every single day, truly.
Yep.
You love gardening and you thrive in your beautiful garden.
Yeah.
You love walking.
Yes.
You love seeing your grandkids. Like you're so active.
Family.
You love your family. Yeah. You're always like seeing your sisters or us
Families,
kids or
everything.
grandkids or so you are such an active participant in your life. You don't come home and like just like your life is not, you're 70, right? Your life is not like wake up, go to a job you hate, you love your job, come home, put on the TV, watch the TV, go to bed, die. Like it's like you're like, where can I travel? What can I do? Okay, I'm coming to see you, Anna. I'm gonna go see Zach in Melbourne. I'm off to Vietnam. I'm like, okay, man, bye.
Yeah.
Like, and I will say as well, if people are like, yeah, well, I don't have the money. You didn't either.
No.
You have had to like.
You can get incredibly cheap deals.
Yeah.
Like Vietnam was like $1,200.
Which is insanity.
For flights, for accommodation, for food. Like,
it's insanity.
You can do it.
Yeah. Where did you find that deal, Mum?
Well, Rachel found it on Tripadeal.
Okay, Tripadeal.
Tripadeal.
Tripadeal, everyone.
Tripadeal is great if you don't mind working with small groups. And you can always get away from them if you don't like it. But, yeah, there are places you can go. So
I love it.
Yeah. So,
live a full life, live a happy life, live a positive life.
Be positive. Don't let the negative thoughts grind you down. Like, yeah.
Beautiful. Well, thank you for coming on.
Oh, thank you for having me.
That's
I feel
the
really
start.
Privileged.
Yay.
Wow.
You're my most special
Feel
guest
honoured.
I've ever had.
Wow.
And then I'll bring you back so
honoured.
we can like unpack more things and have bigger conversations. And I can ask, I'd love to do a like ask my mum series because you're like so sweet that I feel like, and you give such beautiful advice that I feel like we could do like a fun Q&A when you're back.
I love that.
She's coming back for the gender reveal whenever that's going to be. So we'll get you back on the mic.
Yes.
All right. Well, I will leave it there. I hope you enjoy this beautiful conversation between my mum and I. I think for me, if anything, I have lost my dad. I've lost our parent, and I know so many people see the beautiful relationship I have with my mum, and they're like, "You're so lucky," and I know that. And I think for me, that's the point of it all. It's like, don't take that relationship for granted. And Ryan had actually said something to me walking the beach just before Mum arrived. He said, you know, even though your mum is 70 and she's got 20, 30 years left, which I fundamentally believe, he said, it's not about the years that she or both of our parents have left. It's about the times that we get to see them. And so if you're only seeing your parent, you know, 1 or 2 times a year or 4 times a year, say they've got 20 years left. Well, actually you don't have 20 years with them. You have the 4 times you're seeing them multiplied by 20, right? Which is not that much. So the point of this is to say, like, yes, and, you know, obviously if you have a bad relationship with your parent, I get that too, but there's so many beautiful, older, wiser generation out there looking to connect and give you beautiful advice or give you that maternal or paternal love that you can seek. So thank you from the bottom of my heart, Mum.
Oh, thanks, sweetie.
And until next time. Yeah, thanks, Mum. Until next time, as always, stay wild.